You've been chosen. Yes, you, the person reading this right now. If you're here, it's no coincidence. Something greater than yourself has guided you to this moment because a powerful transformation is unfolding in your life. You're waking up to truths that many would rather keep hidden from you. They've tried everything to stop you, even going so far as to brainwash those closest to you, including your own family. But let me tell you something. You're different. You've always known deep down that you don't fit into the mold others have tried to force upon you. And now, you're stepping into a new phase of your life. One where your power, potential, and purpose can no longer be ignored or suppressed. The very people who doubted you, dismissed you, or tried to hold you back will soon have no choice but to watch as you rise above it all. Your existence alone challenges their limited beliefs. This isn't just some mental shift. It's a divine awakening, a spiritual calling that's already working in your favor. Before we dive deeper into this transformative truth, I need you to do 3 simple things. Hit the like button, subscribe to help us reach 50,000 subscribers, and drop the number 11 in the comments. Why? Because that number carries an energy, a vibration, that amplifies your personal transformation. If you're truly one of the chosen ones, you'll stay with me until the very end. This message is meant for you. But beware, if you're not ready to face these truths, you might not make it through. For those who are, get ready. Your life will never be the same again. The power within you. There's something undeniable about someone who knows their worth. When you step fully into your power and embrace the truth of who you are, the world can't help but react. But here's the catch. The reaction isn't always positive. More often than not, the world responds with disbelief, fear, and even hostility. Why? Because your power is too vast, too intense, and too transformative for those stuck in a mindset of limitation. People around you may try to dismiss your abilities, telling you that you're imagining things or overreacting. They want to believe that what you're capable of isn't real, because acknowledging it forces them to confront their own insecurities. Many of them have dreams and aspirations too, but they've been conditioned to think small, to stay comfortable, safe, and predictable. Your vision of the future, your connection to something greater, threatens everything they've ever known. That's why they resist you. Your power doesn't fit neatly into society's boxes. It's raw, untamed, and unapologetic, an energy that flows through you in ways others can't comprehend. You might struggle to put it into words, but deep down, you know it's real. And here's the truth. Your power isn't meant for anyone else's understanding or approval. It's yours to harness, grow, and use to fulfill your destiny. No one else can walk your path or tap into the unique well of strength that belongs only to you. So while others may doubt you, don't let their disbelief slow you down. Let it fuel your determination instead. Your power is undeniable, even if it remains unseen by those around you. The battle for truth. Truth is a dangerous thing. It's wild, chaotic, and impossible to contain when left unchecked. That's why there are forces at work, both external and internal, that will do anything to suppress it. These forces understand that once the truth surfaces, it has the power to unravel everything they've worked so hard to build. It's easier to control someone who doesn't know their own worth. Easier to keep them trapped in darkness, feeding them lies that weaken their resolve. This manipulation is subtle, yet incredibly potent. It seeps into every corner of your life, distorting your perception and making you question your reality. The lies they tell are designed to break you, to make you doubt your potential and the authenticity of your purpose. This battle for truth isn't just about words. It's a battle for your soul. Your truth, about who you are and what you're destined to achieve, is something that cannot be erased. but it can be clouded by doubt, guilt, and shame. They'll try to silence you, drown out your voice with accusations and distortions. Yet beneath it all, there's a core of truth that remains unshakable, waiting for you to reclaim it. Facing this manipulation head-on allows you to see the full extent of the lies woven around you. As you peel away the layers of deception, you'll realize that the truth has been with you all along. It was simply waiting for you to uncover it. This is the essence of awakening, the realization that nothing, not even the most intricate web of lies, can ever fully conceal your truth. The impact on family. When manipulation takes root, its effects aren't confined to individuals. It spreads like wildfire, infecting everyone in its path. Who are the first casualties? Often it's the people closest to you, your family. Those who should be your support system can become unwitting pawns in the game of control. Lies are fed to them, false narratives crafted, and slowly, like frogs in a pot of water, they begin to accept the fabricated reality as truth. What once felt like unconditional love and trust can turn into a battlefield where loyalty and betrayal blur. The brainwashing of a family is one of the cruelest forms of manipulation. It's not just the external forces at play. It's the internal pain of watching your loved ones fall victim to the lies being fed to them. You can see it happening, the way they start doubting you, the way their support fades into suspicion. Eventually, they turn against you, questioning your every move, challenging your purpose, and tearing apart the foundations of your identity. This manipulation doesn't happen overnight. It's a gradual process, carefully orchestrated with each word planted and each seed of doubt sown until it's too late. Your family, once your sanctuary, becomes a battleground. Their minds are clouded, their hearts confused, and the love you once shared feels strained and distant. But don't lose hope. Just because those closest to you are blinded by lies doesn't mean you're powerless. Truth has a way of breaking through even the strongest barriers. As you awaken to your purpose and rise above the deception, there's a chance for reconciliation. It won't happen overnight. It will take time and patience, but the truth will eventually reach those willing to see it. And when that moment comes, the bond of family will emerge stronger than ever, forged in the fires of awakening. The moment everything changes, every journey reaches a turning point, a moment when the fog clears and everything falls into place. Suddenly, the world opens its eyes and you finally see the truth. Deep down, you've always known there was something more for you, something beyond the ordinary. But until now, you couldn't quite grasp it. And then in one pivotal instant, everything becomes clear. The weight you've carried begins to make sense. You realize that every challenge, every trial, every tear you've shed was preparing you for this exact moment. The moment you awaken to your true purpose. This awakening isn't just about realizing what you're capable of. It's about understanding the depth of your destiny. You were never meant to blend in or hide your light. You were born to rise above, to stand out, and to challenge the status quo. In this moment of clarity, you stop asking, "Why me?" and start embracing the truth. Why not me? Because you were made for this. Your journey, no matter how difficult or misunderstood, has always been leading you to this point. But remember, this awakening isn't a sudden, easy transition. It's a process, a shift in mindset that requires time, patience, and the courage to confront both the darkness within and the resistance without. As you step into your purpose, the forces that have tried to control you won't step aside willingly. But here's the beauty of it. You don't need to fight them. In this moment of clarity, you realize that their resistance only strengthens your resolve. You were made for greatness, and nothing can stand in your way. The power of unwavering truth. To overcome the forces that seek to suppress you, you don't need to fight fire with fire. The real power lies in staying true to yourself. When you fully embrace your purpose, something incredible happens. A deep sense of peace washes over you, an inner knowing that no external force can disrupt. Yes, the journey ahead won't be easy, but fear will no longer hold you back. Your purpose becomes your guiding light, and once you recognize it, nothing will ever look the same again. The world around you will shift, and you'll rise, just as you were always meant to. Being different isn't a curse, it's a calling. In a world obsessed with conformity, standing out can feel isolating. But for those chosen for greatness, being different is both a blessing and a burden. You don't fit into society's neatly constructed boxes. You refuse to follow rules others cling to so desperately, which makes you an outsider. Walking this path alone can be lonely, but remember, isolation is often the price of greatness. At times, the weight of being different will feel unbearable. There will be moments when you question why you're on this difficult road. Loneliness may press down on you, and you might envy those who seem to glide through life without struggle. The world will try to convince you that there's something wrong with you, that you're broken or don't belong. But here's the truth. Your uniqueness is your superpower. The very qualities that set you apart are the keys to your greatness. Your perspective, insights, and strength aren't burdens, they're gifts. Embrace them, even when doubt creeps in. The world doesn't need another copycat. It needs you, the one brave enough to walk their own path, no matter how lonely it feels. Over time, you'll realize that being different isn't a punishment, it's a privilege. You weren't born to follow in anyone else's footsteps. You're here to carve your own way, lead by example, and show others that walking alone isn't weakness, it's a sign of immense strength. Keep moving forward, even when the road seems empty. Your journey has the power to change the world, and though it may feel solitary at times, know this. You are never truly alone because you walk with purpose. Awakening to the lies. For far too long, the world has been built on lies. Lies you've been told. Lies you've been expected to believe. It's a carefully constructed facade designed to keep you in the dark, to blind you from your true power. But now, as you awaken, you begin to see through the illusion. The walls that once seemed impenetrable start to crumble, and the truth begins to seep through the cracks. What was hidden is now exposed, and with that exposure comes a profound responsibility to tear down the lies that have imprisoned so many. Shattering this facade isn't easy. It's been reinforced over years, even centuries, and the powers protecting it will fight fiercely to maintain control. But you, the chosen one, possess the strength to expose the truth. You are the beacon that shines light into the darkness, revealing these lies for what they truly are. This is a dangerous task, one that requires confronting the very systems designed to bury the truth. Yet in doing so, you free not only yourself but countless others trapped in the same web of deceit. As you peel back the layers of deception, resistance will come, not just from external forces but from within. There will be moments when you question your judgment, wondering if dismantling the facade is worth the cost. But deep down, you know the truth cannot remain buried forever. The world needs to know what's been kept from them, and you've been chosen to reveal it. Through this process of exposing deception, you'll step fully into your power. The lies will lose their grip on you, the facade will collapse, and in its place, you'll stand tall, unwavering in your commitment to the truth. The unstoppable force of truth. Truth is unlike any other force. It cannot be controlled, manipulated, or silenced, no matter how hard others try to suppress it. Truth will always find a way to break free. And when you begin to speak your truth, refusing to be silenced, something extraordinary happens. The chains that once bound you loosen, and the walls that confined you start to crumble. Once revealed, truth has the power to shake the very foundations of everything built on lies. Refusing to be silenced isn't just about speaking out. It's about standing firm in your convictions, even when the world tells you to stay quiet. It's about knowing that the truth is worth fighting for, even when the odds seem insurmountable. The world will attempt to suppress you, silence your voice, and convince you that your truth is irrelevant. But every time you stand up and refuse to let the lie prevail, your power grows stronger. With that strength comes a responsibility to uplift others, to become a beacon of light in a world that often prefers darkness. Truth is a weapon, a tool for transformation, and it belongs to you. As you continue to embrace it, you'll see its impact, not just on the world around you, but on yourself. Living in alignment with your truth brings liberation. You are no longer shackled by the lies of the past. You are free. And in that freedom lies the ability to change everything. The pain of betrayal. Few things cut deeper than betrayal, especially when it comes from those you love most. The family you once trusted implicitly becomes a source of profound pain as their actions align with the lies woven around you. Their love turns to suspicion. Their loyalty fades into doubt. This silent struggle is heavy, cutting deeper than any external attack could, such as the price of awakening, the realization that those closest to you may not be who you thought they were. Betrayal doesn't always manifest as overt cruelty. Often, it's subtle. The quiet moments when loved ones doubt your decisions, question your actions, or turn away when you need them most. These betrayals gnaw at you, making the path to your purpose feel unbearably lonely. This betrayal isn't merely personal, it's part of a larger battle. Those seeking to control you understand that weakening your support system is key to breaking you. When those who should champion you are manipulated into doubting you, continuing feels nearly impossible. Yet, this is where true strength is forged. In the silent moments of pain, you discover resilience. Revenge or anger won't heal the wounds of betrayal. Only resilience will. As you rise above the hurt, you realize that their attempts to control you are failing. You are not defined by their actions or beliefs. The truth of who you are remains unshakable. Eventually, those who betrayed you will confront the lies they've been fed, and when that day comes, your strength will be undeniable. Facing the dark forces. Behind every attempt to control you lie dark forces working tirelessly to keep you small, contained, and disconnected from your full potential. These forces aren't just external. They've infiltrated your life in ways you may not have noticed. Operating in the shadows, they manipulate your environment, thoughts, and relationships to serve their agenda. They thrive on fear and doubt, knowing that uncertainty keeps you under their thumb. This manipulation takes many forms, subtle, quiet, persistent. It could be a glance, a word, or a thought planted in your mind to make you question your worth. Or it could be an external influence turning those around you against you, portraying you as an enemy rather than an ally. These forces excel at creating division, distrust, and confusion because a divided person is easier to control. But these forces aren't as invincible as they appear. Their greatest weapon is your fear and uncertainty. When you stand firmly rooted in the truth of who you are and refuse to succumb to their influence, their power begins to wane. By embracing your authenticity and rejecting their manipulations, you reclaim your sovereignty. Overcoming darkness through light. Darkness can only thrive in the absence of light, and you are the light that exposes their lies. With every step you take toward awakening, the grip of these dark forces weakens until they become nothing more than a distant memory. The key to overcoming them doesn't lie in direct confrontation, but in knowing your own strength. The more you stand firmly in your truth, the less power they hold over you. The more you embrace your purpose, the clearer it becomes that their influence is fleeting. You are the chosen one for a reason, because you possess the power to overcome whatever darkness stands in your way. Awakening to your true purpose comes at a cost. It demands everything from you: your comfort, your security, your peace of mind. It asks you to swim against the tide, challenging the expectations others have placed on you. The price of awakening is high, but it's a price you must be willing to pay if you're to fulfill your destiny. The path you walk isn't easy or conventional. It's the road less traveled, the one you were always meant to take. As you rise to your full potential, the world will push back. People will question you, challenge you, and try to undermine you. The pull of conformity will tug at your heels, attempting to drag you back into the safety of the crowd. But here's the truth: safety is an illusion. The world you've known isn't where you belong. You're destined for something greater, and claiming that destiny requires standing apart. The cost of awakening isn't just external, it's internal too. It's the battle between fear and faith, doubt and certainty. It's the moment you choose to trust in your own strength, even when the world tries to convince you that you're not enough. Awakening means leaving behind the familiar and stepping into the extraordinary. When you refuse to be swayed by the tides of conformity, you'll realize the cost is worth it. The reward isn't just fulfilling your purpose. It's the deep sense of peace that comes from staying true to yourself, no matter what challenges arise. The fragility of lies, no matter how well crafted, cannot endure forever. Like a house built on sand, the more they're reinforced, the more fragile they become. Eventually, the weight of deception becomes too much, and the entire structure begins to crumble. Truth has a way of breaking through, regardless of how deeply buried the lies may be. The longer the deception persists, the harder it becomes to maintain the illusion. For those who have manipulated you, truth is their greatest enemy. They've spent years constructing elaborate stories, planting seeds of doubt, and feeding you a distorted version of reality that serves their agenda. They've used fear and guilt to keep you in line, but in the end, their control over you is nothing but a fragile mask. Once you awaken to the truth of who you are and what you're capable of, their power begins to dissolve. The lies unravel piece by piece, revealing the emptiness upon which they were built. This collapse can be painful, watching everything you once believed in disintegrate before your eyes. But this destruction is necessary. It's a cleansing, a rebirth. As the lies fade away, you're left with nothing but raw truth. And in that truth, you find freedom. The weight that once held you down lifts, and you realize that all along, you were never truly bound by their lies. You were always free. You were simply waiting for the moment when you'd step into your power. The collapse of lies may not happen overnight. It may take time, and you'll face obstacles along the way. But no deception, no matter how intricate or protected, can last forever. Truth is too powerful. Once revealed, it has the ability to change everything, bringing with it the possibility of a new beginning. Breaking free from invisible chains. There are chains that bind us, invisible yet heavy, forged from the lies and manipulations of those seeking to control us. These chains aren't made of metal, but they're just as real. They manifest as the expectations others place on you, the fears they instill in you, and the belief that you're somehow less than you're meant to be. For so long, you may have believed you were powerless against these forces, confined by the roles assigned to you. But breaking free isn't just possible. It's inevitable once you realize the truth of who you are. The process of liberation isn't easy. It requires immense courage to confront the chains that have held you in place for so long. Often, these chains disguise themselves as love, concern, or guidance for your own good. But once you see them for what they truly are, you can no longer ignore them. Realizing that you're being controlled, that your potential is being suppressed, is the first step toward breaking free. From there, it's about taking bold action, no matter how scary or uncomfortable. This journey won't be smooth. There will be those who try to pull you back, reshackle you with their fears and doubts. They'll question your decisions, make you feel guilty for stepping away from the roles they've assigned to you. But the more you embrace your true self, the stronger you become. Each step you take toward freedom weakens the chains that have held you captive. Breaking free isn't just about escaping the control of others. It's about reclaiming your own power. It's rediscovering the strength that was always within you and refusing to let anything or anyone steal it from you. When you break free, you realize you're no longer a prisoner to the past, to lies, or to the control of others. You're free to live, to love, to be everything you were always meant to be. The reckoning, a moment of transformation. There comes a moment when the world can no longer ignore the truth. A moment when everything you've fought for, every sacrifice you've made, and every truth you've uncovered culminates in a reckoning. This is the time when you can no longer be silenced, when your purpose can no longer be denied. The forces that sought to control you will face the consequences of their actions, and you'll stand in the fullness of your power, ready to claim your destiny. The reckoning isn't just a moment of judgment for others. It's also a moment of transformation for you. It's the culmination of everything you've learned, everything you've overcome. It's when the veil lifts and you finally see clearly what you're capable of. No longer will you shrink away from your purpose. No longer will you allow the doubts and fears of others to dictate your path. The reckoning is the moment when you rise and take your rightful place in the world as the chosen one you were always meant to be. Even in this moment of triumph, the reckoning won't come without its challenges. The world won't bend to your will without a fight. Those who tried to manipulate you will resist, and the systems that kept you in place will struggle to preserve their power. But you've already proven that you're stronger than they ever imagined. The reckoning is your time to show them that their lies and manipulations can no longer hold you back. It's your time to rise above their control and step into the greatness that has always resided within you. In the face of this reckoning, remember, you're not alone. The truth you speak and the path you walk will inspire others to rise alongside you. This moment isn't just about your individual awakening. It's about the collective awakening of everyone who has been kept in the dark. The time has come to expose the truth and stand tall, knowing that your moment has arrived and the world will never be the same. Embracing your destiny. In the end, the lies, manipulation, and struggles were all part of your journey, but they don't define you. You were chosen for greatness, not to succumb to the shadows, but to rise above them. The lies that once held you back are now behind you, replaced by the full force of your power, your truth, and your destiny. The path to greatness has been long and challenging, but every step you took, every moment of doubt, and every act of resilience led you to this point. The moment when you fully embrace who you are and what you're meant to do. Rising above the lies isn't just about rejecting falsehoods others have told you. It's about rejecting the falsehoods you've told yourself. The limiting beliefs, the doubts, the fears that kept you in the dark. Once you shed the weight of everything that wasn't yours to carry, you can finally step into your power. The world will no longer see you as the person they tried to manipulate. You are now the person you were always meant to be, and nothing can stop you. Embracing your destiny is a conscious choice. It's about taking the reins of your life and refusing to let anyone else steer your course. It's recognizing that you are the master of your own fate, the unstoppable power within. And nothing, no lie, no manipulation, no external force can ever take away your power again. You are the chosen one, and your time has come. The world will now see the greatness that has been within you all along as you rise above the lies. Remember, your journey isn't just about you. Your awakening and rise to greatness will inspire others to do the same. The power of one individual who chooses to stand in their truth is immeasurable. When you embrace your destiny, you don't just change your own life, you change the world. From the moment you were born, a call echoed in your soul, an invitation to something far greater than yourself. It wasn't loud or forceful. It was a whisper only you could hear. This call urged you to step beyond the ordinary, beyond the limitations others placed on you, and into the extraordinary. This call is unlike any other. It's the sound of destiny beckoning you forward, urging you to answer even when you're unsure of what lies ahead. It's a challenge, a promise, and a summons all rolled into one. Answering the call of destiny requires a leap of faith. It's a decision to trust in something bigger than yourself and to believe that you are worthy of the purpose laid out before you. This call doesn't guarantee an easy road, but it does promise fulfillment and transformation as you step into your purpose. You begin to shed the layers of doubt and fear that have kept you in a state of comfort and complacency. The road may often seem unclear, but the call, though quiet, is unwavering in its insistence. What makes the call of destiny so powerful is its persistence. It doesn't fade away when ignored. Instead, it continues to pulse in the background of your life, quietly urging you to take the next step. Even in moments of confusion or when you feel lost, that call remains. It becomes your compass, guiding you through uncertainty and doubt, helping you navigate life's storms with the knowledge that your destination is worth the struggle. The true beauty of answering this call lies in the transformation it sparks within you. When you step into your destiny, you're not just responding to an external force. You're embracing the fullness of who you were always meant to be. The call is a mirror to your soul, reflecting the person you were destined to become. And in answering it, you take your first step toward greatness. Fear as fuel for growth. Fear is one of the most powerful forces we encounter in life. It can paralyze us, terrify us, and overwhelm us. Yet it's also one of the greatest catalysts for growth. When we step into the unknown, we leave behind the comfort of certainty and security and enter a world that's unfamiliar and unpredictable. Often, fear holds us back, trapping us in safe but unfulfilling patterns. But what if fear isn't something to run from? What if it's something to embrace? When viewed through the lens of transformation, fear becomes fuel. It's the spark that ignites the fire of change. Instead of letting fear paralyze you, allow it to drive you forward. Fear tells you that you're standing on the precipice of something extraordinary, something beyond the life you know. When you embrace it, you shift your perspective from limitation to possibility. Fear becomes less about the dangers of the unknown and more about the adventure it promises. As you move through the unknown, you'll face challenges that push you to your limits. There will be moments when doubt creeps in, when you question whether you made the right decision. But each step you take into the unknown builds your resilience, strength, and confidence. The unknown no longer seems like a threat. It becomes an opportunity for transformation. It becomes the landscape where you redefine your limits, break through your fears, and emerge stronger and wiser. Ultimately, embracing fear as fuel allows you to see the unknown not as something to fear, but as something to embrace. It becomes the canvas upon which you paint the story of your life. Each new step, though uncertain, becomes a victory. And with every victory, the unknown loses its power to control you, transforming into the very force that propels you forward. Rebirth, rising from the ashes. Sometimes, life requires us to burn down everything we've known in order to rise from the ashes, transformed and reborn. Rebirth doesn't come without pain, but it's in the ashes that the seeds of a new beginning are planted. When everything falls apart, it often feels like the end of the road. It feels as though the things that once gave you stability and purpose are slipping away, leaving you with nothing but rubble. But it's from this rubble that the greatest strength is forged. Rebirth is the process of shedding old identities, old fears, and old ways of thinking. It's an opportunity to redefine who you are and what you stand for. The pain you experience during this process isn't a sign of weakness. It's proof that transformation is happening. Just as a phoenix rises from the ashes, you too are being given the chance to emerge stronger, wiser, and more aligned with your true self. The old ways may have served you, but they no longer fit the person you're becoming. In the aftermath of destruction, there's always an opportunity for creation. What you build after rising from the ashes will be stronger than what was there before. The foundations you lay now are unshakable because they're built on the lessons you've learned from the past. You're no longer the person you were. You've transformed. And with that transformation comes a newfound sense of purpose and clarity. The power of rebirth lies in the choice to begin again, no matter how difficult it seems. It's the decision to not stay buried in the ashes, but to rise and create something better, something more aligned with who you truly are. Rebirth isn't a single moment. It's a process of continual growth and renewal. As you rise, you leave behind the old version of yourself, stepping into a future full of infinite possibilities. Confronting your greatest enemy. The greatest enemy you'll ever face isn't an external force. It's the voice inside your head that tells you you're not good enough. It's the inner dialogue that sows seeds of doubt and fear, convincing you that you can't achieve your dreams and that you're unworthy of greatness. This internal battle is often the hardest to overcome because it plays out in the silence of your own mind. Yet, it's this battle that shapes your destiny. Confronting your greatest enemy requires courage because it means facing the parts of yourself you'd rather ignore. It means acknowledging the fears, insecurities, and limiting beliefs that have held you back. These negative thoughts aren't truths. They're stories you've been telling yourself for years. When you confront them, you begin to rewrite the narrative of your life. You replace the story of doubt with one of strength, confidence, and possibility.